Hello everyone, it is time for the third quarter quash. Today, I've worked on all of your suggestions, and I have done some reasonable advancements in all of them. Of course, today, I have had less time to do them compared to other quarter quashes because I had other stuff going on, but I feel like I've made significant progress, and the stuff I've done is really cool, and I'm going to work on them over the coming days as well, which will be really fun and exciting for me to do. Anyway, so, the first suggestion we had was from Danya Titelenko. And basically, they had two suggestions. One was a secret level with 3 different stuff, and one was keybinds. Today, I only had time to do keybinds, but I will do the secret level, and I really like the Yoku blocks from Mega Man because they are basically crumbling blocks, and I looked it up and it said that. And the booster, that gives me a really cool idea for the game, and I'm going to be implementing that soon. And the ghost electric enemy, that one's a bit harder to think about, but I'm sure I can find a way. Anyway, so keybinds, let's see it. So when we open up the main menu, we can hover over settings, and I built a whole settings menu for this, and this only. Well, eventually there'll be other settings here, but for now that's only keybinds. Anyway, so there's this back option, there's this nice warning border. I thought that was fitting for the settings. It's kind of like a warning to not mess with them too much. You click on the back and it fades away. You click on settings, it fades in. You click on back, it fades away. And so on. I could do this all day and I never get bored. But we have some things to do. So here's the controls option. And here we have all the different keys you can modify in the game. I mean, like, it's all of the movement options anyway. So here we have move up, move down, move left, move right, interactability, cancel, and reset. So if I click on one of them, it appears to have 2 dots, and then I can select a new key like M instead of W, and it will appear as M for move up. And if I leave this menu and I go back into settings and controls, it remains as M. And now I'm going to close the game. Why is that? Well, you'll see. Anyway, we're opening up the game again, and we're going to go back into settings, and we're going to click on controls again, and you can see the M stays even after you close the game. That was a nice bit of saving code I did there. Yeah, I didn't just steal it from the save and load code. Definitely not. No, that would be terrible to do, yeah. Anyway, so that's the keybinds. It probably took me like 3 hours, but it was worth it, you know? The next one is from, let's go down here. Yellow Dragon 53, a hub area where NPCs can go there and you can buy items/skins or do NPCs quests. Now, this one is really special because it means it's 3-0. Yellow Dragon 53 has predicted the thought that I wanted to add to my game 3 times. That was at the back of my mind. You know, I've always thought I should add a hub area and stuff, and like NPCs, like you can gift gifts to and stuff. And now Yellow Dragon 53 is motivating me a lot to do it. And I actually really like how they are approaching this with the NPCs and the items/skins and the NPC quests. Anyway, so let's go over to it. Here we have the break room. So you can see the flooring tiles and stuff is a bit more chill. You know, it's kind of like this place in between, like puzzles. Like when you finish a puzzle, you go here. I have this cool rug in it and this cool background with the wallpaper. Currently, there's nothing in it, but that's because this suggestion is not an ordinary suggestion. It's something that's expandable. You see, the break room, which is where employees go for breaks, is not something that you build at once. It's something you build over time and you fill it with new stuff. So here's some ideas I have for how I could implement this stuff. And Yellow Dragon 53, if you approve of these ideas, let me know. And if you have any other things that I could add into this, then please also let me know for how I should approach this. So first, I was thinking that you'd buy skins in it through a vending machine. And there would be vending machines on the world map and in the break room. And you can use coins and stuff for that. And next is Next is a couch. Basically, NPCs would have a chance to appear here when you enter the break room after you complete a level, and you could like talk to them, give gifts and stuff. And like, I was thinking it'd be really cool. There's like a 1 in 10,000 chance for this really rare one to appear, and then it said no one will ever believe you when you talk to them. I think that would be cool. Next, we have a world map. So I was essentially thinking you could select the zone that you wanted to go to, and then you could go through the exit door and you'd end up in that zone. It would be a bit more efficient and a bit more fun than having to walk across the entire world map each time. I think that would be cool. And of course, to build all of these, you would need a workbench, and you would use coins, and the crafting table is just kind of like a stand-in for the workbench, and so I don't really want to use a real-life workbench image. Anyway, so that's all my ideas for how we could expand upon the break room concept, and I think these are the way to go in progressing it over time. Anyway, Purple Guy 6F7E. A box that breaks other boxes called the metal box, and when you hold it, you slow down. Now, when I read Purple Guy's suggestion, I immediately thought, well, I already have this sort of metal box that slows you down when you hold it. But then I realized it can't break boxes, and I thought that's a great idea for how it could be given an actual effect. So I added that in, but that's not all. Now, you're going to have to see this for the first time to truly immerse yourself in it, but this is one of the most satisfying aspects of the game, I feel. So here we are in the level, and we're going to pick up the heavy box. You can notice we're considerably slower. And we're going to go over here towards other box, and thanks to Purple Guy, I have now made it. So when a box is destroyed, it breaks apart into 1,000,000 pieces. Did you see that, guys? Did you see that? Did you see all the pieces of the crate? It even works for any box. All of these comments have given great ideas, and you guys have been giving great comments across all of the quarter quashes. Of course, that's not all the comments I got. Emmett 31486. Wait, is that 314? Oh, that's a good number to have at the end of your name. Anyway, so they said that they have an idea. It was an infected box that kills you when touched, but it can be pushed by everything else. It would be used for infected pressure plates that slow you down when walking over. And then he said that he loves the series, which I really appreciate, you know? Anyway, so unfortunately, I was wrapping up development by this time, and I didn't really have enough time to do it, but I will do it at some point in the future, and I really appreciate you watching the series, and I will do that because I really like that idea. Anyway, so that's it for this quarter quash. Did you guys enjoy this quarter quash? I tried my hardest with the limited time I had. Unfortunately, I couldn't do everything, but that's fine. That is fine, you know. Anyway, that's it for this quarter quash. I'll be working on more features surrounding these concepts over the coming days, and I will see you guys for the final stretch before day 100. My first major with two hands doing the quote signs milestone, and I can't wait to celebrate it. Anyway, bye.